We had a big game out in the Pac-12. It was a battle for first place. Arizona hung on to beat UCLA 58-52 in what turned out to be an absolute bloodbath, RC. 30 points combined, 19 rebounds combined for Umar Ballo and Azuolas Tubelis. But for me, I think the biggest difference, Arizona actually played defense. We haven't seen that yet this year. They're playing defense. How good is this team, Randall?
They beat, well, one, they had to have the game, right? They could not lose this game and fall further behind UCLA. There's no way they could drop this game, and they held court. They defended. I think winning at that pace and that style of play was probably the most impressive thing about them. Says a lot more about them. So now I think we can hold them accountable to defend better than they have throughout the year. But credit to those guys. They defended their ass off. They weren't going to back down. Both big guys played well. Just a hell of a game. I mean, it was a dogfight. I mean, it was just what you expect when you're playing rivals and you're playing for your conference title. And that's what both of those teams were doing tonight. I credit to Arizona. I think they're two damn good teams, but I was more impressed with Arizona on the defensive end because that felt like a UCLA type of physical style of play. You think UCLA,
they
Arizona,
beat UCLA at their game.
They beat UCLA playing. Yep, Arizona beat UCLA playing UCLA style basketball. That was the most impressive thing about the win today.
Mm-hmm. Tyler.
Yeah, so I think UCLA is one of the best teams in the country, clearly. And also last year they almost went to the Final Four. UNC beat them in Elite Eight, and the year before that, I think they went to the Final Four as a play-in game. So they've got some experience. I think Mick Cronin has done a great job, but I think they didn't attack the basket. I'm looking at the free throws. They only shot 6 for 11, 54%. That's awful. They had an awful shooting day, not only from the field, but from the free throw line. Arizona was rocking. You got to give credit to their crowd. I watched the game. Great atmosphere. Not only, was it their credit to Arizona's defense, but also UCLA didn't even show up. I didn't really feel like they had a great shooting day. You can see it on the box score too. And listening to Cronin after the game, it didn't really sound like they brought it defensively either. So I think UCLA had a bad day, and I think Arizona capitalized on it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I thought it was pretty smart what they were able to do to just play off Adam Bona and kind of dare him to do anything from the perimeter, which kind of takes away the advantage that you have going up against a team that plays two bigs, right? Because that's a concern with Arizona. Can you play defense at a high enough level with Umar Ballo out there and Azuolas Tubelis out there? And they showed us tonight that they can. Let me ask you guys this: if you have to buy one of these teams, right, long-term NCAA tournament knockout style of play, right, where one game sends you home, are you trusting this team that has like a high ceiling, kind of a low floor like Arizona, or do you want to ride with a team like a UCLA where you kind of know what you're going to get every single night, even if they don't quite have that same level of talent, maybe as explosive of an offense? Tyler, where do you stand on that?
I'm buying UCLA. It's not even close to me. And I think Arizona is a great team, but I think UCLA has experience. I think they're big. I think they're well coached. Waquez is extremely good player. I'm going UCLA.
I'm with you. I don't even think it's that close either right now. Arizona lost a lot. We talked about this in the past, Rob. Lost 2 first-round draft picks and a second-round pick. These guys are stepping up, and they're better. They're better than we probably thought they would be this time of year. They're getting better. But if I had to place a bet on this UCLA, the Bruins, I think they're tough to defend. The only concern that I have with them would be consistent three-point shooting. Where is it going to come from? That's not really Tiger's game. Arquez, that's not his game. I mean, he's more of a mid-range shooter. Bona, you don't guard on the perimeter. It puts a lot of pressure on Clark and those guys coming from the bench. So we'll see. I mean, I don't want to, make too much of that early right now because that's tricky. But I love Tiger. I think elite point guard play is something a lot of teams don't have. And if you got to make a deep run, you need a point guard play, and he's as good as any.
Yeah, I've made this point on here before. I think that for them to reach their ceiling, they need Amari Bailey to be back and Amari Bailey to be a guy that can go get you a bucket when you need one, because I think they have everything else. Adam Bona blocking shots, Jaime Hawkins and Jalen Clark, they know how to play, right? They just know how to play. And Tiger's not going to make mistakes. You're not going to beat yourselves. I really like that team. All right.